think about your life before all this?
I didn't have a life before this. Got it?
Oh, sorry.
Hello, Mr. Vittori. You'll excuse me if I'm not in my usual state to greet you.
Do I know you?
I know you. I'm Himiko, the Shivari mistress.
I'm sorry, but I don't recall meeting you.
You wouldn't say that if you'd enjoyed my services. If I'm still here, it's due to a fortunate misunderstanding. A certain Leisha mistook me for someone else.
The prince was looking for her child.
I hope she won't be angry with me.
Why were you invited to the party?
My presence is generally appreciated during this sort of event. Some guests need help relaxing. Shall I give you my card?
Sure.
How unexpected.
That's not the last thing that will surprise you. Your injuries are impressive.
Those hunters have no mercy. I hope you'll never cross paths with them.
I'll be going now.
I'm sorry, but I need to take a break.
Blue Bloods never choose
My blood
me.
is excellent. My blood is excellent.
I'm available.
I need to see you there.
Yes. Do you think it will take long?
Any news here?
Everyone is stressed out. I've never seen anything like it. They're all talking in hushed voices. They barely dare to look at each other.
People and their moods. I'm not interested in that.
I saw them take one of Jason Moore's bodyguards below. To question him, I imagine. That could be of interest to you. Say, how are things with the girl?
Excuse me.
It's Zhu Feng, right?
She's not a girl.
Things going okay?
The interest certain people have taken in her has given me cause for concern.
Maybe that's something you should talk about with the person in question. Do you think you'll embrace her soon?
As soon as possible, once the prince gives me permission.
You met Fang at MIT, didn't you?
Yes, I went to see her.
How did that go?
I told her I was the CEO of a company that wanted to take sustainability seriously.
Smart.
She didn't reject the idea. She took it as a challenge. I liked that about her. She did everything she could to bring about real change in me. She would be an incredible asset for the Kindred.
I've never embraced anyone.
How come?
The story of my life, and my unlife. I have no progeny, mortal or otherwise.
By choice?
Yes, and no. When things weren't so strict, I could have asked, but I didn't have anyone in mind. Not like you and Feng. Now it's too late, as I've clearly been made to understand.
You shouldn't have any regrets, Sylvia. Sometimes your progeny can be quite a disappointment.
I've already heard that. From my own parents. Be that as it may, I hope the prince will allow you to do it.
I don't know.
I hope last night isn't weighing on you too heavily.
I'm all right.
The prince won't base her decision on just that. You've already proven your worth, Mr. Pizori.
We'll see about that. I'd better be going.
See you.
I'll wait for you here.
We're waiting for Mr. Leto's signal. Until then, if you have any questions, save them. Got it?
No problem.
I want to report on his activities pronto. I don't like the sound of that at all.
You wanted to see me?
Happy to see you, Caleb. We don't usually let anybody down here, but I can bend the rules for you.
To what do I owe this honor?
I need you. Something's come up. On the night of the attack, someone sent a message to an unauthorized recipient.
Is that a problem?
Could be a major one. Not a lot of people can do that, you know.
Who could have done that?
That's precisely the question I want you to answer. Caleb, I need your help. I get the feeling that it's all connected. It's too huge to be a coincidence.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Jara Drory.
What you're telling me is extremely serious. I hope you have proof.
If I did, do you think I'd be asking for your help? But I wouldn't accuse her unless I had serious doubts. Think it through carefully. For starters, she's one of the few who knows how the system works.
She'd be able to cover her tracks, wouldn't she?
Maybe. But maybe she made a mistake.
According to our intel, Jara may have been captured.
She was caught in her own trap. Anyways, nothing concrete. Just a hunch, if you want to call it that. In my place, under the current circumstances, I can't really go poking my nose in her business.
And I can.
Nobody will bother you. I'm not asking for much. Just take a look in Jara's room to see if you can find anything that ties her to any of this. And if you could do it quickly.
Why?
Because I'm about to erase a ton of data. It's the Code Red protocol. And since Jara vanished, the Prince wants her personal data to disappear along with her. That doesn't give us much time. You in?
I I could maybe go and take a look around.
Great. I found a key to her room. Take it.
Thanks.
It's our last chance to recover the data from Jara Drury's computer before everything disappears for good. Just insert this thumb drive and it will download everything I need. If she betrayed us, I'll know.
Fine. I'll go see what I can find.
Thanks. One last thing.
Uh-huh.
If you could keep this just between you and me.
Fine.
And don't come back to see me here. It's supposed to be sealed. It'll look suspicious. I'll send in an engineer after you. Give him the drive when you're done, but don't tell him anything. We have to keep this between us.
As you wish.
You shouldn't hang around here too long.
We're going to wipe this server soon.
Mr. Bazori, it's a pleasure to have you.
James, isn't it? Jason Moore's bodyguard.
Yes, Mr. Bazori.
I've got some questions for you.
I've already answered so many questions.
You weren't with Moore yesterday. You went against standing orders.
No, he sent me to his office.
Why?
I was supposed to pick up some files. He was being really weird, like he was stalling for time.
You were supposed to bring him here, weren't you?
Yeah, but he said he had to get some documents from his place, and then he sent me to his office. At the time, I didn't think too much of it, but looking back on it, he was really doing everything he could not to leave with us.
You should have been more attentive. What happened once you got to his office?
I had a hard time finding what he wanted. He wasn't very clear about where I'd be able to find some specific invoices.
You lost precious time. You weren't his handservant.
When I came back, the police had the whole place roped off, so I came straight here. And since then, I've done nothing but answer questions and wait.
How naive. Moore was at the party. So were you.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it.
I'm here to help you. And to help you, I need to know what happened. I need you.
Okay. Okay. When we got there, Moore was stressed out.
Why?
He was waiting for Mr. Underwood. He kept asking for him. He had invited him to the party, I guess. Moore was in a hurry to see him.
What about the attack?
It was fast and bloody. I'd never seen anything like it. Heavy caliber, surgical precision. It's a miracle we made it out of there.
I don't believe in miracles.
It was like they knew exactly where to shoot. Like they had specified targets.
You were nobody to them. At best, collateral damage.
How lucky. I don't know how anyone could have made it out of there. Those guys weren't amateurs.
We lost a number of people. We're still searching.
Good luck.
Do you know what's going to happen next?
I have no idea. Nobody's telling me anything. Do you know?
The Prince will determine your fate. When she has time.
I'm not a high priority, am I?
I wouldn't be in a hurry if I were you.
I could still be useful to the Camarilla. Please.
I'm not the one who needs to hear it. I must leave you.
I get the feeling I'll be staying here a long time. I'm waiting for my orders.
If you ask me, there's not much more you'll be able to get out of this retainer besides blood. But go ahead. If you ask me, there's not much more you'll be able to get out of this retainer besides blood. But go ahead.
Don't Don't you want to go back up?
Weren't you the one who was doing surveillance on the Roxbury bunch?
No, doesn't ring a bell.
You all look alike.
Caleb, our secret agent is back already. The soldier is on furlough.
Not for long, I'm afraid. The prince will undoubtedly have some new task for me.
At least she trusts you. She hardly speaks to her primogen. Even Beryl is in the dark.
He's not used to that. It'll be good for him. I heard you were doing business with him.
It's something to do with the Rosemont Society, my foundation. Why?
I see.
All I can tell you is that Beryl's really the one who is in charge of it. Are you still not talking?
You could say that.
Any regrets?
I don't see why I would have any regrets.
That's no surprise. Personally, I find that giving a child so much power is dangerous. The problem is that you have to watch them all the time. Otherwise, they end up making a mess of things.
But trying to influence them is pointless.
You must be subtle about it, that's all. I give Mem just enough freedom so that she doesn't completely hate me. But I know exactly how to make her do whatever I want. Do you really think you'll have time to embrace Fang?
What do you mean?
Well, with all the elders gone, who knows who'll be next?
That's not something I'm willing to discuss with you.
Suit yourself.
No, excuse me, I have to go.
Of course. I don't like being cooped up here.
I've seen princes come and go. In the end, it always comes down to a struggle for power between the prince and their primogen. Hazel is strong, but will she last much longer?
We're still waiting on the list of everything you want to keep.
You'll excuse me if I have more pressing matters to attend to first.
Of course, but Miss Bosley asked me to remind you.
Let's see if Caius was right. Jara has always been wary of new technology. Jara always was old-fashioned. Whatever's in this box must be important. Jara was conducting her own investigation. There is no way Caius would be expecting that. It appears Caius was wrong. He and Jara may have been looking for the same individual. That should take less than a minute. I hope Caius will be able to use what's on this thumb drive. I think that's everything. Now it's Caius's turn.
Hello, Mr. Bazori. Mr. Leto asked me to wait until you were done. He also told me you'd have something for me.
Here it is. Give it to him, and him alone.
And don't ask any questions. I get it. Are you done here?
You may proceed.
Thanks.
I hope Caius knows what he's doing. Hazel is probably ready to see me now. I won't make her wait.
You do know it's risky to come in here like that, don't you?
You've got nothing to fear. This is the prince's house.
Don't be stupid. You know very well the minute your back is turned, anyone can come poking around here.
If you take me for a thief, you're sadly mistaken.
No, you're here for a courtesy visit. It's to your credit. I was thinking of snoops who are able to disguise themselves.
I see.
What brings you here?
I thought things between you and the prince had gotten better.
She stopped treating me like a goddamn traitor. That's a start. And given the situation, we really need to hit pause on all our internal disputes, don't you think?
Any idea what we should do now?
The most urgent priority is to make sure we are safe.
We're working on it.
Obviously. Then we can think about long-term solutions. We might need to go into exile for a while.
And where would we go?
I'm guessing we'd all go wherever we feel like.
Let's hope we won't have to take such extreme measures.
I'm sure we still have a chance. That's why I'm still here.
Are you seriously ready to abandon us?
I'm not proud of it. But yeah,
Well, I'll leave you to your business, then.
If you see the prince, reassure her that my loyalty is intact.
She'll judge you by your actions, as will we all.
Goodbye, Caleb. I hope we make it.
Reading tarot. For those who are uncertain as to what the future holds for them.
Shit, how do you spell that? I hope we make it.
The prince is ready to see you now.
Great.
Caleb.
My prince.
We were expecting you.
How may I be of service to you this time?
One thing at a time. The situation has changed. The money is gone. The accounts have been emptied.
What? That's impossible.
Only Jason Moore could have transferred the money. The situation is dire.
Moore would never have done it on his own. He would never have dared.
I agree. It's much too bold a move for him. And that's what concerns me the most. Someone used him to attack us. Someone who was extremely well prepared.
It might be one of our own.
That's what I think. It's the most plausible explanation.
If there's a traitor among us, I'll have their head.
One thing at a time. I'll take care of the traitor, personally. Failure is a luxury we will soon be unable to afford. If you have nothing more to say, we can move on to the reason I sent for you.
What did you think about Richard Dunham's file?
Money that should be going to me seems to go missing whenever he touches it. Richard is far too important to me. I can't afford to upset him now. But if his research doesn't pay off soon, I won't hesitate to show him my disappointment.
Did you read Jara Drory's file?
I wish I'd never seen it.
There's too much I despise in it.
She never mentioned she was monitoring the Primogen's finances.
But she's not here to shed any light on it. I'm listening.
I've asked for your presence here because I have a new mission for you. Delsin was able to track down the men who attacked us.
It wasn't easy, but it was impossible for them to disappear without leaving a trace after what they did yesterday.
Where are they hiding?
Long Island.
Yes, of course. An abandoned facility just off the coast. An old fort. It's the ideal place for a secret base.
And certainly much more. Who knows what they're up to out there?
How is it we didn't notice a thing?
They have abundant resources, and we're short on eyes.
It doesn't matter. We'll find the people responsible for the situation later. Our most pressing issue is preventing them from striking us again.
How?
You're going to go there, and kill their leader.
Sending me there. That seems to be a rather bold choice.
I don't see anyone better for the job.
Infiltration isn't really my specialty.
You'll be dealing with Kine. You'll be a fox in a henhouse. I'm not worried about you. And Delsin knows how to get you in.
Oh, that changes everything.
They evacuated the bodies from the site of the party, which is how we were able to pick up their trail.
There's a small, nondescript warehouse at Jeffrey's Point. As far as we can tell, their transfers from Boston to Long Island are made by boat. To avoid drawing attention to themselves, they've chosen to employ only small craft. There are bodies packed in the warehouse waiting to be shipped over. Do you get the picture?
You want me to disguise myself as a body to be evacuated?
Exactly. All you have to do is stop simulating your vital functions for a few hours.
It's risky.
It's risky, but it's now or never. We might never get another opportunity. We have to try.
The last transfer is probably going to take place tonight. After that, there's no way of knowing when we'll get another chance.
I need to know the details.
Let us worry about getting you into the warehouse. We've made all the preparations. You won't have to worry about a thing until you get to Long Island.
We know where they are. Why go through their warehouse?
Charging into Long Island blind would be far too risky.
And with a traitor in our midst, I'd rather keep this to a small circle of trusted people, to avoid any other unpleasant surprises.
And after that?
Once you're on the island, you'll be in uncharted territory. You'll be on your own.
Who is my target?
Walter Stanford.
He's the head of the Boston Task Force. He's part of what they call the Society of Leopold.
Someone else will take his place.
No need for you to worry about that for the time being. Your mission is to eliminate Stanford, and that's all.
What do we know about this Stanford?
Not much. They're very careful. He was sent from the Vatican, and he brought other fanatics with him. If he's here, it means that Rome has faith in him, and that can't be good for us.
He's got to be taken out.
What's the Vatican getting out of all this?
Your guess is as good as mine. But it seems that the kind are trying to get a better understanding of us in order to hunt us more effectively. These priests have been our enemies for ages. They have knowledge.
Putting an end to them is crucial. We must keep our enemies from unifying their strength.
I don't wish to be the bearer of ill tidings, but what if I fail? Do you have a backup plan?
Caleb, you won't fail. You're our only hope. We place all our trust in you to complete this essential mission.
There's no room for error, Bazori.
Aren't you worried someone will tip off the SI? There's still a traitor among us.
The traitors, my department. You need to strike quickly, and don't let anyone know of your plans. We can't take the slightest risk.
All right. I've heard enough.
Very well. Then you should get going. We've already lost enough time.
Very well. My prince.
guessing you tipped Bazori off to the traitor?
Yes.
Any news?
Nothing since Richard's report. My city is in danger. Everything I've built, all the dreams I've invested. That Judas is a threat to everything.
Not for long. You'll bounce back.
Yes. Congratulations on your negotiations with the Chantry. Our agreement with Hartford is crucial.
Your wish is my command.
I always knew I could count on you. You're a true ally, a loyal one, a future asset in my Primogen. But one thing at a time. Before we get there, I have another favor to ask of you.
What a surprise.
About what I told you earlier concerning Delson and Long Island. I've got a plan.
Oh, I know that look. Hazel.
This is the best moment to strike.
That sounds like the definition of rushing into things.
Yes, but we have no choice. Delson?
We need to blind them, from the inside. They know too much about it. We have to change that. For that, we need someone to hit them with a surprise attack from within their compound.
I wish that person luck.
It's you.
That's way out of my league.
Hazel's not asking for your opinion. You proved you were reliable with Hartford. We need your skill sets for such a risky and vital task.
That's precisely what's got me on edge.
It's your chance to prove to the court once and for all that you deserve a place on the council, MM. After this, you'll be untouchable.
I sure hope so. All right. How do I get on this island? By boat?
I doubt it. Coastline's under surveillance.
So I swim across. All right. What then?
Kaya's wrote a program that can help us. If you can upload it into their system, it'll corrupt all the data they've got in their database. Their systems, the archives, it'll all be lost.
Allowing us to cover our tracks.
It's our best shot at making it through this. You'll just have to insert it into a computer that's on their network. That's absolutely essential. Any questions?
Your plan sounds pretty old school. There's no way to do that remotely?
We've tried, but Leto's agents weren't able to breach their security. Their network's too highly protected. That's why we need you.
I see. Am I allowed to take a partner? I'd feel a lot better about this if I had someone covering my back.
I understand, but that's not possible. We're already taking a risk by sending a person in to infiltrate their hideout.
Got it. So, let me get this straight. You want me to infiltrate the enemy base alone? The same enemies who just slaughtered half the camp.
Quit whining. You can have help.
Oh, really?
Your task will not be easy. You'll need a diversion while you sabotage their system. A raid near their base, for example.
That could work. Who will you send?
I refuse to sacrifice any more of our people. So we might as well send in the riffraff. The Anarchs could do the job.
Come again?
You heard me. I want you to go see them and convince them to go with you to Long Island.
You're trying to thin their herd.
I'm balancing the scales, that's all.
They can't stand us. They'll never agree to fight for us. Let alone on their own without us.
They don't have to know they'll be alone. Lead them to believe our forces will join up with them. The SI is a threat to the entire city. They're just as concerned as we are.
Send someone else to negotiate. A real emissary.
No one else knows the Anarchs as well as you do. They go to your clubs, don't they? They know who you are. They know they can trust you.
I barely know them. I see a couple of them once in a while, but that's it. We're not exactly friends.
You're still in the best position to negotiate with them.
Yeah. I'm not comfortable with the idea of sending them to be slaughtered. It's despicable.
It's just politics. and it's probably your only chance to come back in one piece.
What if I refuse?
I won't let you. Your conscience is of no concern to me. The only thing that matters is our survival. And too bad if it keeps you up at night.
The true face of the Camarilla. Right then. Let's say I agree.
You don't have a choice, but I'll humor you.
How am I supposed to go about it? I can't just go chasing down every Anarch I know to ask for their help.
There's only one Anarch that counts. Their Baron.
Randall Thane?
That's right. He's in charge of the various Anarch gangs in the region. I don't know where he is right now. You'll need to use your network.
I've got an idea of who I can ask. What can I use as leverage if they try to negotiate?
Money, favors. Offer them whatever seems useful.
All right.
One more thing. Don't tell anyone about your task, not even your sire. I don't want the Council poking their noses into this. That will be all. I'm counting on you, MM. Be careful, and good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
MM, there you are. I'm sorry I wasn't here to meet you when you got back. I was busy.
Don't apologize. I missed you, McAndrews. The Jefferson Library, it was hell. I really thought I wasn't gonna make it, that I wouldn't see you again.
Excuse me?
That's all that inspires in you?
You haven't spoken to me like that since our breakup. I'm just a little surprised.
What are you talking about? We never...
Broke up? It's been 30 years, MM.
What? I don't remember.
Come on. I get the feeling we need to clear up a few things.
Yeah.
Come on, tell me what's going on.
The Warlocks. I knew their library would leave a mark. They fucked with my head.
So, if I understand right, you have no memory of our breakup.
None whatsoever. I really thought that I mean, you know.
There's a reason the Warlocks have a bad reputation.
And you said it's been 30 years?
More or less.
That seems like forever. And then again, the blink of an eye for us.
Believe me, it's been a long 30 years.
When I was there, with the Tremere, I saw things, glimpses of the past. It was like I was reliving certain episodes of my past. I guess that's what Osborn meant when he told me about the memories.
What exactly did you see?
I saw my attack. With the knights.
Oh, Mem.
It's all right. I'm fine. I know they paid for what they did. At least, pro bono did.
Yes.
I saw my trial. You know, for destroying pro bono.
You've really got a knack for stirring up happy memories.
Hey, I didn't get to choose them. Anyway, you shouldn't have paid for what I did.
It's all right, Mem. It's ancient history. Don't let it keep you down.
No, it's not ancient history. You still have that goddamn mark on your neck. I'm sorry. I never meant for you to pay for my mistakes. I should have been the one branded, not you.
Thank you. It means a lot to me, but you're not the one who branded me. King did that.
I know. Ugh, what I wouldn't give to have him here right now so I can make him pay.
I can imagine, but don't worry about it. Someone will eventually pay him in kind.
I hope so. That's all.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I can't imagine how upsetting it must have been.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me.
I'm sorry, I've gotta go. I need to take some time to process all of this. The prince is sending me out on another task. I can't screw up.
What kind of task?
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about it. Hazel made that exceedingly clear. If she thinks things are better like that, I believe her.
For God's sake, Amem, I'm your sire. You should trust me, not that snake in the grass.
Personally, I've never had anything bad to say about Hazel.
Unlike me. Is that it? You'd be singing a different tune if you knew what I know.
If I knew what?
Nothing. You wouldn't believe me anyways.
Fine. I'll just make your life miserable until you spill the beans.
Seriously?
You know how stubborn I can be when I want something.
Hazel's a smart woman. She knows what she needs to do to get what she wants. And she wants you.
That's going too far.
You think it's an honor, but you should really be worried. Hazel never does anything she's not sure she'll benefit from, which means she's got ways to make you bend to her will. She's careful to hide her secrets from you, safe behind her herald. Tonight could be your last chance to discover them. Very well. Let's move on. You're right. You should go get some rest, and do think over what we've discussed. Promise me you'll be careful.
I'll try.
Did you need something else?
The reports from Richard and Leisha are truly frightening. I never thought I'd see a day like this.
Predators never see themselves as prey. We're going to have to be extremely cautious if we want to survive.
Do you have any plans?
No. I'm waiting for Hazel's orders. We're dependent on her now more than ever.
I gotta go. I've got stuff to do.
Just a sec. I know Hazel told you not to talk about it. But please, at least tell me where you're headed.
You're unbelievable.
The air is thick in here. You can understand my concern, can't you?
I'm going to see the Anarchs.
What?
It's a long story. I'll explain when I get back. I've really gotta go.
All right. Be careful, Mem. Did you need something else?
I've gotta go. See you.
Look who crawled out of her den.
Himiko? Shit, I didn't recognize you.
How charming. I remember you being of the polite and charming sort.
You don't have your ropes, and it's been a long night.
Any word from your Black Rattlers?
I didn't think my clubs were worthy of your interest.
Come on. You know I love your clubs. All that diversity, it's so exotic. We should work together sometime.
Why not? I'm sure you'd find an audience.
Fantastic. It'd be quite the change from my usual clientele. I've never rubbed elbows with the lower classes. I can't wait. If you'll excuse me, I need to go rest. I'll see you later.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to get my hands on whoever did this to me.
I'm sorry, but I need to take a break. Hey, Sylvia.
Hey, how are things? Let me know if you need anything.
Blue Bloods never choose me.
I'd better hurry.
All right, you heard her. Double time.
MM, there you are. I've been looking for you for hours. Where have you been?
Do I know you?
Ha, yeah, you're a real comedian. Seriously, where have you been?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we've ever met.
What the hell? What's the matter with you?
Shit. My little visit to the Warlocks. I think it left a mark. I'm sorry, I'm really confused.
Are you fucking kidding me? Mem, we've always been there for each other. You're my twin flame.
I don't remember.
What a fucking nightmare. What's going on? We were... Damn it. I'm sorry, I have to think.
Hey.
Sorry, not right now. I need to think.
These books are gorgeous. Lazarus must have paid a fortune for them.
I've been at this for hours.
Sorry, I don't really have time for this. That's good. That too.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
And that. What's that? ID card? 1963?
Sylvia, darling, what a night.
Can I get you a vessel, Miss Bosley?
No thanks. Your juice bags are nice, but they lack character.
I beg your pardon?
I prefer to hunt less obliging prey. The flavor is divine. I'm sure Hilda would agree.
The hunt stimulates the senses. There's nothing exciting about seducing a slave.
You see? We're passionate women.
I see. Well, if you change your mind, my vessels will be here.
Thanks, dear.
Pretty boring taste in suits. Alcohol. Ugh. I always hated that smell. from inside.
I'm sorry, you can't go in there.
Not surprising for a member of the council.
At least I can still drink.
Hey, Sylvia.
Hey, how are things? Let me know if you need
If
anything.
we don't work faster, Hazel's gonna freak out.
A direct route to the prince's apartments. April plays the guard dog. The Swan's Nest. I hope it's worth it. I didn't know Hazel was into music. I've always found swans very moving. They're beautiful, but full of melancholy. It's a nice symbol. I get the feeling something's missing. There are faint marks on the wall. Hazel had another child before Miley? Shit, I had no idea. Seeing as how it ended, I'm not really surprised. I understand better now why Dijon never mentioned his sire. Hazel's always one step ahead. There are faint marks on the wall. Hazel had another child before Miley? Shit, I had no idea. Seeing as how it ended, I'm not really surprised. Hazel had another child before Miley? Shit, I had no idea. Seeing as how it ended, I'm not really surprised. That noise. Something moved. So Hazel has her eye on my clubs. Ugh, politics. Always politics. What's her game? Is this how she thanks her allies? That explains why Hazel's holding off on Fang's embrace. Underwood. What a creep. Bazori is a loyal dog, and Hazel's got him on a short leash. Hazel said there was an accident, but it was actually an execution. If Leisha were to find out... I should go. It's gonna be a long night. First, the Anarchs. But I have to find them first.
Halsey? Yes, Mom. I'm here.
Only Richard would still use that. Richard must have had a breakthrough, if Hazel's interested in it.
is he talking about? Hey, Pumpkin. What are you looking at?
The picture is scary.
Come now. There's nothing to be afraid of. You're not going to be afraid of a couple paintings now, are you?
No, but...
Yes, I know. It's Richard. He was angry, but he wasn't angry with you. You know...
I don't think he is. He doesn't like me following you around.
Yes, but it's because he worries you'll get hurt. Pumpkin, there are much more serious things going on right now.
Those people who put us into boxes.
Yes, them. But don't be scared. Mommy's here.
I know.
I won't let anyone hurt you. Ever.
There you are.
Where have you been? I've been looking for you since I got back, but...
The prince hasn't given me a moment's rest since I returned.
I won't hide the fact that I was happy that you were the one to... well...
That I informed them about the Second Inquisition. Yes, I can imagine.
Everyone's petrified. I can sense it.
He's lost it when she found out. I had a hard time convincing her I was telling the truth.
I admit that even I...
She's going to ask for your help, I'm sure of it. She didn't follow your treatment protocol. Usually, I give you your treatment when you awaken. You're not stable, Leisha.
Enough with that already.
You failed miserably with the mission the prince gave you. That's proof of it.
What do you mean?
You didn't bring Miley back to the prince, for starters. You slipped up.
What do you mean? I was sure that...
You'll become more and more overwhelmed by your visions and your hallucinations. All this because she's afraid. Hazel has become dependent on you.
What, with the SI on our doorstep? I don't find it surprising to be afraid. What, with everything they've learned about us? And what they just did?
Our prince fears losing her throne more than her head, believe me. She needs your premonitions to help her anticipate the future, to try to influence the course of events.
Wait a second. I don't see how my visions can help her.
Nor do I. Our visions are nothing more than possible metaphorical futures.
Excuse me?
Pardon me. Dropping the professional jargon, you only see things that could possibly happen.
But then why are they so important to her if nothing is certain?
Perhaps she wants to see if it's still possible to change the course of events.
But they're never very specific. And I hardly remember them. Why is that?
All I know is that she's kept me distanced from you a few times to seek your help. Often you didn't have any precise memory of what transpired, or only partially remembered it.
Is she manipulating my memory?
It would be the best way for her to keep your visions for herself, but I can't be sure of it. Here's a dose of your treatment. Take it immediately.
This will rid me of my premonitions. Is that it?
I don't have time to break this to you gently. I have to go straight to the point.
What are you talking about?
Leisha, Halsey isn't real.
What?
It's not true, is it?
You're the only one who sees her.
No.
Our family has a gift for seeing things.
No, Halsey is my daughter.
In your mind. It's always difficult to pull you away from her. That's why I try to treat you as soon as you awaken to keep Halsey from reappearing.
He's lying, Mom! He hates me!
You're either lying or you're wrong. I don't know which, but it's not true.
Leisha.
But Hazel sees her.
When your hallucinations increase, your premonitions do too. They become more specific and more reliable. And that's what the prince wants. But you grow increasingly catatonic. Halsey starts to take over.
No! I don't want you to leave me!
Enough! Shut up, both of you!
It's just you and me, Leisha.
Oh, no.
He's a liar! It's not true!
I regret having to inflict this terrible shock on you, each and every time.
Every time?
Leisha, the prince wants to see you, immediately.
Yes, of course. Just a minute.
I'm not supposed to be here. I should have left for the Red Salon already.
Why? No, you can't just leave like that. I have too many questions.
Hazel doesn't like to wait.
We'll have time. Go now. Obey the prince, Leisha. Stay where it's safe, and above all, drink.
There. I'm coming.
Leisha, I wanted to thank both of you for...
The prince sees me. See, Mom? Richard's a liar.
Are you all right, Leisha? You seem...
Quit pretending.
Come now, Leisha. What's wrong?
You've been pretending to see Halsey since the very beginning. Why did you lie to me?
Lie to you? I didn't lie to you. Halsey is part of you, and I accept you just the way you are. That's all.
Oh, I see.
You are the only one I trust. Tell me, why would I play games with you?
That's exactly the question I'm asking you.
It's more complicated than it seems. Halsey has made you better. And in my opinion, she's good for you.
I don't know about that, but I don't like feeling like I'm being toyed with.
Nobody is toying with you. It's quite the contrary. We all need you. Now, more than ever before. You need to help us.
Obviously. But what exactly do you want me to do this time?
An impression, an opinion about what's going on.
A premonition, basically.
Don't take it like that. Others are less scrupulous than I, believe me.
What are you talking about?
Richard, for one, who has manipulated your memory multiple times.
What?
Ask him about it. Just know that there are far worse than me creeping around you, Leisha.
Mom?
It's not as simple as that. I don't choose when they happen.
Mom! Mom, listen to me.
Yes, sweetie. What is it?
There's no point. The swan will lose its head in 2 days. I just saw it. We know, Mom.
What's going on? Leisha, is Halsey speaking to you? What is she saying?
Halsey sees a swan. It'll lose its head in 2 days. But that could mean a lot of things.
It's not very clear, you mean?
Nothing's ever certain, and...
Of course. There's got to be a way to shuffle things. There must. Not after everything I've done. I won't believe it.
Hazel,
Please leave. I need to think.
As you wish. don't know who to believe anymore. Richard or Hazel.
Please, Mom. I'll be a good girl, I promise. So, we're inseparable? Like 2 peas in a pod?
Yes. Like 2 peas in a pod, sweetie.
Mom? What's wrong? Mom?
Yes, I'm fine. It's all right. It's just, I need to talk to Richard, Pumpkin.
Again? No, we're happy together.
It's not just you. The hallway, my memory. He has to explain this. I want to understand.
All right. As long as we're together.